Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, welcome back to Legacy Gaming and welcome to Elden Ring. Today we're checking out another boss and breaking down everything you need to know to defeat the Beastman of Farum Azula, and of course, talk about the loot you get for killing it. The Beastman is a pretty classic early game boss that combines different sets of sword combinations. Things start off small and simple, but quickly elevate to more elaborate combinations of attacks. We're not talking about a vast pool of moves, but enough to keep players on their toes as they dance around a dimly lit cave, hoping to take down this powerful foe. To find the Beastman of Farum Azula, head slightly north of the first steps. At this location here, you'll see the entrance to Groveside Cave. After traversing the dark chambers of the cave, you'll eventually reach the Fog Wall, and the reason why we're here, the Beastman of Farum Azula. When it comes to taking on the Beastman, we're not dealing with an expansive moveset, but that doesn't mean his attacks aren't deadly. If you prefer a blocking playstyle, be warned the Beastman's attacks drain a ton of stamina. His first attack is a simple 2-strike combination. Using his cleaver, the boss will swing across his body once, and then immediately after bring the cleaver back the other way. This has the shortest range of any of his abilities. What's more impressive is his 4-strike combination. The boss will opt for slower, one-handed swings. The first 2 sweeping attacks will come across his body, then he'll reach back for a massive overhead chop and end with a spinning backhand. It's a great looking move that has deceptive range, so make sure you're far enough away from the boss to avoid that last sweeping attack, which will most likely be the one to catch you off guard. When both of these moves fail, the boss will become outraged and use a 6-strike combination we're calling Wild Strikes. The boss will first alternate between 3 forehand and backhand swings. The 4th attack will be a sweeping backhand, and finally the Beastman then follows this up with a jumping uppercut and ends with an overhead chop. It's a lot to follow and easily the most deadly ability in his arsenal. You'll know this ability is coming when the boss lets out a small roar that signals the start of the animation. As with most bosses in the game, Beastman also has a simple retreat that allows him to reposition if his pathing gets wonky, creating some space between the boss and the player. Throughout the fight, the boss will also let out a massive roar. From what we can tell, this doesn't have any offensive capabilities, but it's a great chance to stagger the boss, opening him up for a special attack. An ability used to close the gap between the boss and the player is Beastman's lunge/slash combination. The boss will reach back and then propel forward with his cleaver outstretched in front of him. Once he reaches the destination, he'll employ a sweeping backhand slash aimed at catching the player off guard. The final ability is a massive overhead chop. The Beastman will grab the cleaver with both hands, rear back, and after a bit of a wind-up, lunge slightly forward, bringing the weapon down with force. There is a relatively large window to avoid this attack, but because the pacing is so much different than the rest of the abilities, it's very possible this will trip you up. In terms of taking on this boss, the first thing you need to figure out is the cadence of his attacks. Just when you think a combination is over, there's always one more slash or chop coming, and that's going to trip you up more than anything else. As you can see in Livid's kill, he really takes advantage of those seconds the boss is roaring, hitting him with his shield, staggering him, and opening up the boss for a powerful attack. This is a great strategy if you feel confident staying closer to the boss and trust in your ability to time an attack of that nature. In terms of damage windows, well, the best time to land in a few hits is right after his Wild Strikes combination. When he lands that overhead chop, he exposes himself for about 1 to 2 seconds, allowing you to score some free hits. In terms of healing, well, this is actually a pretty forgiving fight. Just keep your distance and watch out for that lunging slash, as it's the only ability the boss really has to close the gap. I should also mention that you can use summons in this fight if you so wish, but we didn't, just so we could see the boss's mechanics a bit more clearly. Find the rhythm, don't panic when 2 swings turns into 4, turns into 6, and look for your opportunity to strike, and the Beastman of Farum Azula will crumble alone in the darkness. When you defeat the Beastman, you'll be rewarded with the Flame Drake Talisman. This item improves your resistance against fire damage. Now you may think, great, a wimpy defense trinket, but you'll need these as you take on tougher challenges in the world. There are also multiple copies of the same talisman in the game, which amplify their effect. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of how to defeat the Beastman of Farum Azula. As always, our goal here at Legacy Gaming is to bring you guides that get straight to the point so you can get back to the action. And if you appreciate that, we'd appreciate your support. Hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Elden Ring boss guides and more in your feeds. Of course, if you still have questions, you can join us on Discord. Our community just passed 20,000 members, and with a small section dedicated just for Elden Ring, there's always someone around to help out and answer questions. Check out the link below to join today. Finally, if you like everything we're doing here on the channel and you want to support us even more, you can do so by becoming a member. For just a couple bucks, you're helping Livid and I achieve our dreams of becoming full-time content creators. Check out the join button below, to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.